Tateshi.
Hello, I am Tateshi, and welcome to another Q&A video. This one, of course, being 2023. It's so weird to do another one of these. It's a little bit of a little update because we've had for the channel for the longest time. We had the original model that I made long ago. I'll put it up on screen somewhere. But yeah, a lot of things have changed over time. One of them being that, I have this model that we're talking about today, and like a couple of other things have changed over time. So it's to give YouTube a little bit of a better understanding of me and my content going forward. So I am Tateshi. I'm a variety VTuber, meaning that I do a variety of things. Mostly I do VR content and desktop content. However, going into 2023, I've switched VR content to YouTube, so I have a little bit more control over the quality of it, and then I have desktop gaming for streaming. If you don't know, you're probably watching this from the YouTube channel, but we do have the links always in the description. I always have it auto-populated. It's right now under the Beacon .ai link, because we switched from Linktree to Beacon. However, with that being said, we have majority of the stuff on Twitch. I have the schedule always posted in the community tab every week, or at least I try to for YouTube, but I also have it posted on my Twitter, which is Tateshi_VR, because I can't just have Tateshi. And then I also have on the Twitch page and also in the Discord in the schedule tab. I usually do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays as the main days. So it goes Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is mostly gaming, where I just chill and hang out with people and we play through a game. Most of the time it's to just play and have a fun time. Other times will be for retro recall. That being said, Fridays is of course SushiShack, where I get to sit in VR and talk about stuff and do some stuff. We might be switching that to pre-recorded soon, but it's going to take me a little bit of time to set up stuff for that. I don't want to divulge into just complete doing YouTube again until I see like there's a community over there. But with Twitch, I do have a somewhat community. I am a Twitch affiliate, and we have, I think it's 206 at the moment of followers, and we're having a fun time. It's good to do like a live show. That being said, SushiShack being our Friday talk show, I've been kind of pooped on it for a few months. It's been a little bit of a burnout because I have an issue putting the VR headset on. It just gets a lot of stuff with my head because this thing is pressed up against my face and such. So that's why I'm switching to pre-recorded, because I have a hard time kind of breathing with this headset and being able to do stuff with it. So let's start with the Q&A question. How old are you? I am currently 29. Where are you at? Well, I'm in the United States. I'm between Ohio and Pennsylvania, so I always make the joke between Ohio and Pennsylvania. I hate Ohio, I hate Pennsylvania. So I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, so that's why a lot of the times I'll say for the shows they're Eastern Standard Times first versus the other ones, but I have come to the conclusion of converting them naturally, so that's why you'll see a lot of the posts say 5 p.m., 8, and 12. Because those are the most common times that are in the community. But yeah, no, I live in the United States, and yeah, no, it sucks. What is your favorite game? VR, it's definitely Bone Labs, Boneworks. I would want to say VR Chat, but this is not really a game. But desktop games, definitely, there's a lot of them that I go back to. But if we're talking old school retro, we have Ape Escape, Twisted Metal, Slide Cooper is on that list only because of the second game. Simpsons Hit and Run. It's on the tip of my tongue. Jack and Daxter, of course. What is a game that you would absolutely not play on stream? Dark Souls. Yeah, Dark Souls is one I would not play on stream. Don't even care. Would not recommend. Can't stand it. I don't like it. Also, Dead by Daylight. Who's Kyle? Okay, so I'm gonna put Kyle on screen, but Kyle is down here with me. Kyle is a PNG pet created through the program called Bikubot. I am a supporter. I am a supporter of said program. Kyle is a PNG pet. I'll put him up on screen. He basically is a bot that does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Kyle, of course, is just the design of a cat with glasses based off of the original design of me. But yeah, I use a program called Bikubot that runs a lot of scripts behind the scenes that he reads and does stuff. I'm still making more and more stuff for it, but I haven't really dabbled with it since the program hasn't been updated in a while. What do you use on stream? Well, I use OBS and I use Mmotion and Bikubot currently. I'm not a big fan of Mix It Up. I feel like a lot of the times Mix It Up would refuse to work with me, as in calling scenes or calling like image pop-ups. So that kind of pushed me away from having the program. But we might be bringing that back. I use streamer.bot a little bit, but I'm waiting for a couple of integrations to be done so I can start moving and migrating off of Bikubot a bit and moving stuff over there. But Bikubot basically does a lot of our custom sound alerts and a lot of our pop-up gags that would be ran through Bikubot into OBS. I definitely recommend using OBS over Streamerlabs OBS. The Streamerlabs OBS is just a fucking joke. It's great when you're starting out, but after a while, it eats up so many resources on your computer. You're better off switching to OBS and then starting with a clean slate and then building upon that. What equipment do you use? Well, I use for VR, I use a Quest 2. And I used to use a link cable, but my new computer doesn't have a Type-C port that works. So I have to do AirLink to the computer, which is fine during stream. I haven't had any issues doing AirLink during a live. It's mostly just computer bug issues with developers with the games or what I use at desktop. On the desktop, I use a Wave 3 microphone, Wavelink, and VC face to capture me. The issue I run into is Wavelink is a little buggy. It refuses to capture certain games like Phasmophobia or the BioShock collection. And there's like a whole list of games, and I've talked to them and have worked with them on fixing this bug, but it doesn't seem to be getting fixed anytime soon. But yeah, I usually run a lot of my audio sources through Wavelink. I find Wavelink to be a very good program to use, as it splits your audio sources out pretty well. But let's talk about the other one, Mmotion. Mmotion, I signed up to be a part of the alpha build, and I've been working with the developers a bit on a couple of ideas, and it is basically a virtual environment. A 3D environment where you can place your webcam or your avatar in, and then you could just have all your OBS assets inside. For example, browser sources, videos, website links, and all that. Like, there's a whole list of things you can do, but it's still an alpha build, so it's not fully available to the public. That's why a lot of the times you'll see like the Shack. You'll see me playing in that. Usually I save that for desktop, because if there's one thing with the with Mmotion, it is a GPU hog. It is a huge GPU hog, and it's not really good to be playing desktop on a single PC with it. That's why we have like the Steam Deck. Steam Deck I could plug into a capture card, and then we could play off of that. So it's still PC, but it's just different. What is Retro Recall? Retro Recall, we started like a while back. We did Jack Daxter, and I've been saying for the longest time I would be doing like Twisted Metal. There's like a bunch of, I just want to talk about old games, like a lot of people do. And it seems to work for some people, but for me, it doesn't seem to work that well. So we'll see. 2023, we're working on some stuff. But currently, I'm still doing like a variety of Let's Play stuff and other stuff coming down the pipeline. What's your thoughts on VTubing? Well, my thoughts on VTubing are basically, you can get into it like now. Like, just do what you want. kind of a thing. If you're seeing a lot of your favorite VTubers have like identities or like a whole paragraph of like backstory, you don't have to do that outright. You can start small, work your way up, and then when you feel comfortable, like a whole new avatar that you paid for, you have your whole concept in mind, ready to go, then yeah, do your debut and like have your backstory and such. But for me, I just like being like a retro rad 90s kid kind of a thing. Sure, I'm a weeaboo looking motherfucker right now, but hey, that's what I get. You can make avatars in VRoid on Steam, is like free. But making assets, like for example, I didn't make the hoodie. I had commissioned Rose in our community to make the hoodie for us. Same goes for Kyle. She has a lot of custom emotes and designs. I can't do this. I do have a couple designs, but I'm not that great. You can commission someone out to do designs, and then 3D modeling gets a little bit more expensive. Same thing goes for the 2D VTuber type stuff. It gets a little bit more expensive. But yeah, you basically just make a character on VRoid, and then you can use something like VC Face, which is absolutely free as well, to capture your face on your desktop. And then if you want it in VR chat, you can take your VRoid and then move it over into VR chat pretty easy now with the Creator Companion application. But it's still a little bit problematic if you want it for PC and Quest. Those are two different operating systems, one being your PC and one being an Android-based system. I would look a little bit further into it. I have tried for years to get to it, but I can't get it right. Why is your community called Sushi Gang? This, of course, like there's two main things. SushiShack, Sushi Gang and Kyle were both picked by the community. We wanted to make a really cool community name, and everybody thought sushi would work because of how like everybody likes sushi, and it sounds like a really cool thing to have versus everybody else. So we just kind of stuck with it. Yeah, it just the different levels of it are related to fish. We have an aquarium somewhere, definitely not in here because this is not my map. But I figured we'd go back to the same world we did before for the QnA, so I thought it worked. But yeah, no, it's like Kyle was also picked by the community as well. We were down to Kevin and Kyle, and people just enjoyed it. I don't know. It's just been a thing that's stayed like the longest versus like my avatars. So, do you ever look back on your original designs? Yeah, I still have them on the cloud in VR chat, but I like how we've over the last 2 years have changed drastically. I love seeing that we went from what I was doing before with like the baggy gray hoodie with the name on it and the baseball cap and the ears to like what we're at today, which shout out to Panda for helping us to get a lot of the resources to really work. But yeah, even like doing the desktop gaming, going from like a Windows 95 design, coming from like literally nothing to Windows 95 to 98 to like what we do now in space. It's been pretty fun. I find it more enthusiastic and enjoyable to create stuff this way versus all the stuff I've done in the past before. How long have you been streaming or making content? I've been doing this for millennia. Like it's been a while. Like I've been here since the dawn of Twitch. I've been around since the dawn of YouTube, and it's been like drastically changing over the years. But being able to do something like VTubing has always been like a thing that I've always wanted to do. Not like the VTubing concept, but like what I do as a VTuber stuff. Like I like being a variety entertaining type person. But the only issue that's always holding me back is I have 2 disabilities. One being the ability to not speak clear freaking English, whether it be a slur, stutter, or kind of, you could tell in my speech pattern that I go, like I'm not perfect. And that kind of hurts. And then also the other thing being that I'm neurodivergent ADHD, and it's like I have these problems that I can't figure out. Yeah, like I enjoy being like entertaining, but even like with today's world being such a shitty place and just everybody's very hateful, it's hard for me to do things that I want to do because of not as much as anxiety, but as like I don't want to get frustrated and upset with how the world is. So that's why we have the whole thing with our community's motto being love each other, because no hate. I accept everybody's background, whether they be, the far right or the far left. I try to treat everyone equally. And if I see hate, I smash it out. I don't want to put up with that stuff, because the only reason why I'm here nowadays was because I went to VR chat to get away from the world because of all that crap that put me into like depressive state. And now I'm happy as hell running, a Twitch, a YouTube channel, and meeting a variety of people. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? I hope I have an active community. That's what I'm hoping for. We're still working out the kinks with the community. Worst case scenario is I turn off the Discord. I don't know. It's everyone I've talked to have their own communities to run, so it's like I just sit there and I'm like, but even if so, I'll come back to making YouTube stuff and seeing how that goes. I know a lot of people enjoy my tutorial videos that I did a while ago, and I plan on doing more, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to make. VQbot has kind of been frozen in time, as it's like it hit that mark and it hasn't really changed anything or updated anything yet. But even doing like a basic tutorial of just how I do this stuff would be fine. But yeah, no, YouTube is rapidly changing, so I'm hoping it works. Probably won't, because the algorithm is never my friend. But Twitch, I hope it just keeps going steady. It keeps going up. We keep doing stuff with the community. I think that's all the questions I could really think of off the top of my head. So if you do enjoy the content, go ahead, hit the subscribe button over there. Like any of the videos you see of mine. I know I'm not supposed to like continuously be like, comment, and subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. But like seriously, every like tells me that you guys like said content and want more of it. Subscribing just tells me that you want to see more of my stuff. Going to the Twitch and hitting the follow is absolutely amazing because it keeps you up to date to see what's going on with me. Following in the Discord, same thing. Talk with the community, interact with the community, interact with me, get to know the schedule, what's going on, and see what's coming down the pipeline. But that'd be it. Love each other, and I am Tateshi, and I am signing off.